What's up, Mavericks? Erica Sepola here from Merchant Maverick, and today I'm going to show you something that's going to save you a lot of time using Claude AI to manage your inventory. So whether you're dealing with spreadsheets, messy data, or just trying to figure out what you need to reorder, Claude can help you work through all of it in minutes instead of hours. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through three things: how to summarize your inventory and flag low stock items, how to clean up messy data, and how to calculate reorder points and generate a report. So let's get into it. So we're going to start out with summarizing and flagging low stock. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open your inventory file. You may have this in Excel. I have mine in Google Sheets. It's a very basic sample inventory list. We have SKUs, product name, category, unit type, how many are in stock, the reorder point, when it was last restocked, and the supplier. So we're going to take this, we can save it to our computer, we can save it as an Excel sheet, we can save it as a PDF, however you want to save it, and then we are going to take this along with our prompt and we're going to plug it into Claude. So now we're going to switch over to Claude. I've went ahead and I saved my inventory list as an Excel sheet. I added that and I added my prompt and said, here's my current inventory list. Please summarize the overall stock health, flag any items that are at or below the reorder point, and organize your response by category. So it lets us know that this is a full breakdown and that out of 15 SKUs, 9 are at or below the reorder point. So the first category that we have is office supplies, and we can see that it has broken it down into SKU, product, how many are in stock, the reorder point, and most importantly, the status. We can easily glance at this and see that we're okay with copy paper and manila folders, but that we need to reorder the ballpoint pens, the sticky notes, and the whiteboard markers. And after that, it breaks that down and says that 3 of the 5 items need reordering, and it lets us know what we're okay with. So then we have facilities. So again, it's the same thing. You can easily see the status. We're good on hand sanitizer, but we need to reorder paper towels and disinfectant wipes. Next, tech supplies. It's the same thing. We need to reorder toner cartridges and HDMI cables. In the break room, we need to reorder coffee pods and dish soap. So then it gives us a summary. So it lets us know that 15 total SKUs. Out of 15 total SKUs, 6 are healthy and 9 need reorder. It lets us know immediately the most urgent items, that the stock is less than half the reorder point. So it just easily breaks all that down. So we're not sitting there going through that sheet. I love that it goes in and it has the green checks or the red dots. So it makes it really easy to identify what items you're good on and what you need to reorder. Now we're going to talk about cleaning up messy data. So it's really easy to get caught up in everything else you have going on in your business and kind of throwing things like tracking your inventory, throwing it to the back burner. So it's not that uncommon to see inventory spreadsheets that look really messy. So if you can look at this sheet, you'll see the formatting is off. Some things are all capital. Quantity on hand, we have 20 actually written out. Unit cost, we do not have these all formatted the same. The supplier, there's capitalization issues, date issues in the formatting. So again, it's really easy just to get busy and just to kind of go in and you're not worried about whether everything's capitalized properly or whether you're using dashes or slashes for the date. So if you want to clean it up and just have a sheet that is formatted correctly, you can go in and you can throw this into Claude and it'll do it for you. So now we go back into Claude and I uploaded the messy inventory sheet, and my prompt is as follows. I'm uploading an inventory spreadsheet that has some data quality issues. Please identify all the problems you find. Give me a clean version with consistent formatting, proper data types, and no blank rows. So first you'll kind of see the process that Claude went through, and then it gives us a summary of every issue that was found. So there were blank rows, inconsistent casing, a space instead of a dash, mix of all caps, 6 different casing variations. The word 20 was written out instead of the number. Some rows had the $ prefix, and then it lets us know on the reorder point, hard hats was missing a value. It's just flagging that and leaves it blank, so we'll want to fill that in. And it goes through every category, and then it gives us the option that we can download this updated spreadsheet, which is ready to use. There's also a preview over here on the right side of the page. You can see that everything, the casing is now corrected. All of the numbers under the unit cost are correct. The only thing that we would really need to go in here and do, other than if we wanted to go in and change something that was incorrect in the sheet that we fed to Claude, would be to go in and fill in this reorder point, which it did flag for us. So now we're going to go into the next task, which is setting reorder points and generating a summary report. So we're just going to close this, and we're actually going to use this cleaned up sheet for this task. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to paste in my prompt that I wrote earlier, and it says, based on this inventory data, calculate reorder points for each item and generate a formatted summary report I could share with my purchasing team, like anything that needs to be ordered immediately. So we're going to go in and we're going to submit that prompt, and we're going to wait. After I submitted that prompt, and it took Claude, I don't know, maybe about 30 seconds, it generated a inventory purchasing report. You can see this on the right side of the screen. Now, I'm actually really glad it did this, because this just goes to show that even with really good prompts and being very specific, sometimes AI can make mistakes. So while this looks really good, if you really look here, it says the following 8 items are at or below the reorder point, and this is completely blank. So we're going to go over here. It also just gave us a breakdown across all of the SKUs and said order now, low stock, and things that are well stocked. But we're going to go in here and we're going to have this correct these errors. So we're going to put tables are blank. Can you please make sure that these are filled in with the data from the spreadsheet? So again, sometimes you are going to encounter errors like this. Maybe it's because you're not specific enough, or sometimes AI just makes errors. I do also recommend, going through anytime you do anything like this and just kind of comparing it to your spreadsheet. That's really quick and easy, just to look at numbers, make sure everything matches up, because AI isn't perfect. So it's letting us know what exactly went wrong, and it's going in now and it's fixing that. And there we go. Now it's completed. So we have the SKUs, the product name, the supplier, the quantity on hand, a reorder point, a suggested order, and the estimated cost. It's got data issues to resolve. So if you look at the first aid kit, there's no supplier assigned. So we would need to go in there and we would need to fix that. For the hard hats, there was no reorder point set, so we would need to go in and fix that. But we have the full inventory status, and this all looks really great. And even though we did encounter that issue with the error, it took less than a minute to resolve. You're not going to be able to go in and manually create something that looks this professional in that short amount of time. So now let's say that this is a little more than what we actually want. So I'm going to go in and I'll just show you another iteration. So I just said, can you reformat this as a simple table with columns for item, current stock, reorder, order point, and status? So while this looks really good, it may be a little more than what you need for your business. So if you just want a simple table, you can go in there and put in a prompt like this and get something that better fits the needs of your business. So we're going to submit that. So after about 30 seconds, Claude came up with this simplified inventory status report. You can see that it's a lot simpler than what it first produced. It has 4 columns that we requested. Everything's really easy to read. It's easy to determine the status just at a glance, whether you need to reorder things, whether something else is getting low in stock, or whether you have an adequate amount. Now, you can go in here and further refine this. If you want to add more columns, if you want the very basics, you can go in there and do that as many times as you need to. So that just brings me to a few quick tips that will help make a big difference in your results. So the first is to be very specific about what you want. Instead of a vague prompt like, here's my inventory sheet, fix it for me, Claude could do something that is totally different from what you're thinking. So you want to say something like, here's my inventory sheet, flag items below reorder point, and group everything by category. Next, you wanted to give some context about your business because this can help Claude tailor its response. So mentioning your industry, talking about your team, or how the output will be used. So you could say something like, this is for a small warehouse, or this needs to be formatted for a non-technical manager. And then finally, don't be afraid to go in and refine. If the first or even the second response isn't quite right, just ask Claude to adjust it. So you don't have to start over. Think of it like a back and forth conversation. If you give a coworker an assignment and they bring it back and it's wrong, you're just going to tell them what's wrong and they'll go back and fix it. It's the same thing with Claude. And that's how you use Claude to simplify inventory management. So you can do everything from summarizing stock levels and flagging low stock, cleaning up messy data, to generating reports that your team will actually use. The more specific you are with your requests, the better your results will be. So don't just say something like, analyze my inventory. Tell Claude exactly what you need and what you want to do with it. So if you want to try it yourself, head on over to Claude AI. You can get started for free. You can also use this on ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever AI that you're using. We find that Claude is really good for tasks like this. Thanks for watching, Mavericks, and I'll see you in the next video.